Hello and welcome to Total War Warhammer. I have another replay of a battle where I played as the Dwarfs, and you can tell I like playing as the Dwarfs now because I've been playing so many battles as them. So, after last battle playing a Dwarf v Dwarf match, now it's going to be a Dwarf v Vampire Counts match. And actually, the Dwarfs don't do so bad against the vampires, because they do have ways of taking down big monsters, namely Slayers and Thunderers. So, seeing the success of my cannons in taking down the Knights of the Realm in 2 battles previously, I brought some anti-large cannons to take down what I knew would be a lot of crypt horrors coming from the vampires. In fact, 6 of them. And that is going to be a kind of a problem for me. He also has Manfred. Or wait, is this Manfred? Yeah, it's Manfred. Manfred on Zombie Dragon, as well as the Terrorgeist, which you don't see that often. In fact, the Terrorgeist is actually smaller than the Zombie Dragon. Interesting. So, just shooting at his crypt horrors. I don't think I've hit any, but when I do hit, they will do quite a bit of damage. So he's wrapping around my flank, just scouting out or just testing the waters. I guess. So here's my basic strategy. I have Longbeards up front to improve the morale of my men, as well as hold his crypt horrors and everything to keep them from punching through my line. And then I have miners with blasting charges to take down the crypt horrors, and then in the back I have 4 thunders, which will be able to shoot over my own men into the crypt horrors because the crypt horrors are so large. So I was definitely planning on counting on the vampire player to bring crypt horrors, which they did. So very good for me. So we see Manfred coming in here, and a lot of damage coming from the miners blasting charges and the thunders. But he does get a spirit leech. I think there's the second one, or maybe the first, off on Ungrim Iron Fist. So crypt horrors still advancing with 8 men. I was hoping my cannons would do more. But the advantage of these cannons being here is that these crypt horrors are so large. Even when they engage my men, I will be able to shoot at them, and I will be able to fire for as long as possible, which is how you get your cannons to pay for themselves. And I'm keeping these large flying units at bay, specifically Manfred. So blasting charges coming in, and oh, poor dwarf. That guy does not look happy. And just lighting up these crypt horrors. You cannot see anything. And Ungrim is going in, the Slayer Killer. And you can see these crypt horrors are already going down. And I'm very happy with this. These guys are flaming. They look even more intimidating that way. So Terrorgeist is not even occupying my cannons. They're still firing into these massive blob. This is not, I mean, this is what I was counting on. The vampires blobbing up with crypt horrors so I can just shoot them with thunders and everything I can. And Ungrim is in here in the thick of it, buffing up my dudes and himself. So all the blasting charges doing quite well. And because he should have brought Graveguard with great weapons, because they would actually be able to tear through my Longbeards. But since he brought the shielded kind, they will just take forever to shoot through these Longbeards, which is exactly what I need right now. And they have the Old Grumblers morale bonus. If you look here, Old Grumblers, it's like an aura of effects of morale bonus. So my guys will hold forever. Well, not forever, but for a very long time. And I'm switching targets between Manfred and the Crypt Horrors whenever I need to, and the Terrorgeist. And trying to chase down the Terrorgeist with my miners, just tie it down. But these Crypt Horrors have been crumbling the entire time, so they are slowly taking damage from that crumbling effect. It's because they're losing so badly. They have morale penalties. So I am surrounding this Terrorgeist, and also shooting the Crypt Horrors with whatever I can. So if my opponent had been able to flank around me, it would have been a very different story. But these Dwarfs are extremely good at holding, and then my Thunders can do the damage to the units. Some friendly fire there. Look at that, just stumbling. It's like he's drunk. So I am trying to snipe Manfred out of the air, and he notices just in time to get him out of my range. But he does Spirit Leash Ungrim one more time, and then he goes down. But that does do some morale penalties. But you can see my leadership is doing quite badly. But because they're encouraged, that's 8, which is actually really good. And their base value of morale for Dwarfs is so high, they will be able to hold. And this is all disintegrated, this flank. And my cannons have been firing pretty much this entire time, which is very good. And the crumbling is, since this fight has lasted for so long, the crumbling actually does something. It normally doesn't do anything because the crumbling is very little damage, but when it lasts the entire battle, it will affect their health. But yeah, these Thunders, not obstructed. It is very important that they're not obstructed, and yeah, just shooting down these Crypt Horrors. And then once the Crypt Horrors are dead, their killing power is over, and I can just surround them. The Terrorgeist hasn't taken much damage, but if I deal with it last, it will just crumble away to death. And Manfred cannot dare to engage, because if he does engage and dies, the entire line will rout, or crumble away to death. So he is trying to do some things, but it is pretty much too late for the vampires. So focusing on the fact that Dwarfs can hold a line very well, I use that to I use that advantage of the Dwarves to shoot down their enemies, my enemies. And this Terrorgeist lasting for quite a bit. So the Dwarfs pulling out a win! Look at that, 228 kills on the Longbeards. That's probably just zombies, but still, pretty cool. Maybe too many zombies? I don't know. Can you ever have enough zombies? 8 zombies is quite a bit. And you can see the Crypt Horrors just going down with hardly a fight. And pretty much all of the units going down with much of a fight except the Graveguard, who did okay. So Ungrim did get 37 kills before dying, and that was very good. But cannons were able to fire the whole time and kill some Crypt Horrors. And you can see not many kills on the Thunders, but they leveled up, which means they were killing high-value targets right here. So good game to Jeff Bracken, 83, and I'll see you next time.